Hace algún tiempo atrás una suscriptora se me acercó contándome un caso en donde un fantasma o algo se manifestaba en una parte de su casa. Como no soy conocedor del tema no pude serle de mucha ayuda en ese momento, pero el matrimonio de los Warren, famosos por tener habilidades que escapan al entendimiento de muchos, si saben qué hay que hacer cuando por algún extraño momento de afinidad energética o simplemente por cuestiones que no pueden ser controladas, cómo actuar cuando comienzas a notar que suceden cosas extrañas en tu hogar, o aún peor, cuando uno de los seres del más allá logra contactarte y comienzas a ver manifestaciones extrañas y atemorizantes. Toma nota porque hoy de la mano de los Warren aprenderás cómo actuar cuando un espectro comienza a manifestarse. Esto es el Expediente Warren. ¿Qué hacer cuando ves un fantasma?
It would all depend on the circumstances, the situation, the whole thing. If you're in a car like Rod Vesey was driving along at 1:30 in the morning and a ghost suddenly appears alongside of you in the car, what can you do? You know, and it comes so fast, and then the apparition disappears quickly. So by the time that you're trying to figure out what you should do, it's already gone, you know. Mm-hmm. But if you're, say, a Christian, you're lying in bed, and something wakes you up, and you look out into the darkness, and you see a ghostly figure there, a woman, a man, whatever it might be, you simply make the sign of the cross in the direction that you're looking at it, and you would say, in the name of God, is there something that I can help you with? You shouldn't really hold a lot of communication with spirits, but in some cases you're dealing with earthbound spirits, people who are very confused when they died. They don't understand why they're not in that physical body anymore, and they're drawn to the aura of a very sensitive person. And during the sleeping state, as you wake up, you are in a good situation where a spirit can reach you. Because you're on that same astral level. I would suggest that you simply say, in the name of God, is there something that I can do to help you? If it's an evil spirit, it will disappear immediately. If it's a positive one, say it's a relative or some spirit that's just been drawn to you, then you might get some communication. I know there's been people that have seen spirits of children, of adults, and they get very frightened, and they'll jump up and run out of the room. Well, that's natural reaction for most people. But actually, what you should do is to find out what it is, what they want.
Después de esto, Ed cuenta un caso de una mujer, la cual recientemente había perdido su esposo, y él estaba tratando de comunicarse con ella. Obviamente ella se asustaba cada que ocurrían este tipo de cosas. Pero un día su hija le dijo que le preguntara a papá qué quería. Dice que una vez que ella se comunicó con él, el espíritu de su esposo salió del cuarto, desapareció y nunca más se volvió a manifestar, dándole así el descanso eterno que su alma necesitaba. Ahora, ¿qué hacer cuando te encuentras con espíritus malos o muy negativos? Te lo dice a continuación.
Say, for instance, you encounter a spirit in a haunted house.
Right.
And it's one that's a very negative spirit. In that case, you're not going to hang around and ask what it wants, because you're going to be frightened out of your wits. So in them kind of cases, I simply say, get out of the house yourself, leave, you know. There are spirits that can do great physical harm to people. We're going to be talking about a house in Woodstock, Connecticut, which is almost on the Massachusetts border. Very interesting case. Very pretty looking lady. And she got married to an older man. They bought this old inn, an old revolutionary inn it was, not realizing it, that it was very haunted. And soon after they moved in, they had the farm hands, some of them who would live upstairs in this home. And the farm hands would go to bed with knives under their pillows. One even had a gun, and they said, well, why do you have knives? Why do you have guns? And they said, well, we're frightened to stay up there, Mrs. Viner. She said, frightened of what? They told her that, you know, the doors would open and close, the beds would shake, they were scared, they would hear somebody running up the stairs, they would hear what sounded like a fight between two men going on, they would hear the clash of swords, and this would really frighten them. So one night she was home alone, and her husband didn't come home yet. She was waiting for him to come home, and all of a sudden she heard something open the door, pounding on the door, open the door, footsteps ran up these stairs, Then she heard what sounded like a fight between two men and then two thumps. Well, she said that, she was so frightened, she went in and she got her .22 revolver.
Jeez.
She went upstairs, but she couldn't find anything. Came down again, and then she told about other incidents occurring where she would be lying in bed, and suddenly she would hear this loud roaring sound. She said it sounded almost like a foundry. And her husband wouldn't hear a thing. He would be almost like in a state of phantomania, paralyzation. She couldn't even wake him up. Then she would see this here glow, and it would form into a ball, electromagnetic ghost ball, and then it would go into a cigar shape, and she'd see this dark form moving all around the room, a shadow ghost.
Por último, Lorraine explica que cuando hay un espíritu negativo que se está manifestando en una casa, hay que investigar el motivo por el cual estos entes se manifiestan, ya sea porque ocurrió algo macabro en esa casa desde su construcción, o que algo malo ocurrió allí tiempo atrás y la energía de las personas involucradas estaba en ese lugar. Recomienda que cuando este es el caso, busque ayuda de personas que realmente sepan del tema y tratar de no interactuar con los fantasmas, ya que puede ser muy peligroso, porque nunca se sabe las intenciones reales del ente que está apareciendo y si son buenas o son malas. Hasta aquí el video de hoy. Si te gustó, te agradecería mucho que lo compartieras y me regalaras ese me gusta. Es gratis y ayuda muchísimo al canal. Suscríbete si no lo estás y activa la campanita para que sigas viendo más videos como este. Recuerda que en el canal hay varios tipos de contenido. Si quieres que hable de algún tema en especial, no dudes en decírmelo abajo en los comentarios. De mi parte, fue todo un placer. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Bye bye.